the real cause of chronic back and body pain. Here's my promise. By the end of this video, you will absolutely know why your treatments have not worked, what is really causing your pain, and what to do next in order to begin the process of healing your pain once and for all. But first, please keep an open mind. This is definitely not what you've been told by your doctor or pain relief specialist. This is unfortunately not taught in medical school. And despite all of your knowledge and research about your pain and what causes pain, you may not have come across this concept before. And if you have, you may have dismissed this information as either unbelievable or that it doesn't apply to you because you have a real problem. Look, most people will not accept this information. Maybe 1 in 9 will, and those are the people who are going to heal their pain. So hopefully you are one of the 9 that is willing to cast aside your skepticism and keep an open mind. So why listen to me? My name is Dan Buglio, and I'm a regular guy. I'm not a doctor or a medical professional in any way, shape, or form. I suffered 11 long and painful years of chronic pain, and I finally beat it 6 years ago. I am now dedicating my life to helping others heal their pain as I did. So before I do that, let me talk about the pain epidemic. $600 billion in annual costs are spent in the United States from chronic pain. 8 out of 10 people will experience pain in their adult lives, and unfortunately about 25% of those people who experience pain, that pain becomes chronic, meaning it doesn't leave. So why is there an epidemic? My opinion is there's an over-reliance on imaging technologies like MRIs and X-rays, which cause massive misdiagnoses for what is at cause for the pain. And as a result, we have millions of people getting treatments that don't work, yet remain the standard of care. And when you don't know the true cause of the pain, the treatments really have no chance of ending it. Proper diagnosis is absolutely critical. And again, you can't get rid of a symptom, the pain, if you don't know the real cause. That would be like changing the tires on your car when it doesn't run, when in fact you're out of gas. You're just treating the wrong things. So maybe you're suffering from any one of these things on the left-hand side: lower, upper back pain, neck pain, fibromyalgia, whiplash, jaw pain, foot pain, migraine and tension headaches, wrist or hand pain, knee pain, shoulder pain, other chronic body pain. And you're being told it's caused by any number of things: a bulging or herniated disc, spinal stenosis, arthritis, chronic tendinitis, a TMJ dysfunction, plantar fasciitis, the heel pain, neuropathy, osteoarthritis, rotator cuff tear, knee problems. I know you believe that it's one of these things on the right that's causing the pain, but what if it wasn't? My belief is that the more we see inside the body, the more blind we become to the true cause of pain. And I know you believe what you see on your MRI or X-ray is the cause of your pain. Or maybe your X-ray or MRI came out clean and there's no explanation. The key is that the doctor is almost always wrong as to what's really causing the pain. Unless he, of course, says, I don't know what's causing your pain, in which case he's at least being honest. Now, before you get upset with me, I want to be very, very clear here. Your pain is real. You're not crazy. Your pain is not imagined. When I get into the explanation, this is not saying this is all in your head. Your pain is very real, but so is the cure. You are absolutely not stuck with this pain for the rest of your life. And I'm proof in it. I had 11 long years of pain, and I wasn't crazy or imagining things either. So I want to introduce you to a core concept. And if you can understand and believe this, you are truly on your way to healing. Here's the concept. Emotions and physiology are absolutely connected. And let's prove that theory. Go find a mirror and force yourself to smile, the biggest smile you can muster. And what happens to your emotions? They lift up. They brighten up. You smile a little bit inside. You get happier. So if changing the physical body can impact your emotions on a positive way, the reverse is also true. Emotions can and do change your body. And here are some indisputable examples. Blushing when you're embarrassed, a nervous stomach, when you have to speak in front of a group of people. Sweaty palms, a near-miss car accident, your pounding heart and the shakes, a red face when you're angry or in a rage. These are all indisputable examples of very real changes to your physical body just from emotions. So why not pain? Let me explain how pain is created. And this is a simpler explanation than is really going on, and I'll get into it in depth in a minute. So life stress plus repressed negative emotions, creates a very real physical tension in the body. And this real physical tension creates your symptoms. Then, unfortunately, these symptoms cause fear and even more negative emotions, which just compound things, and you get into a vicious cycle here. So let's talk about repressed emotions. What do I mean by that? Generally, when something is deemed unacceptable to us or a past negative experience, we will repress it. We'll put it into our subconscious and not think about it or do anything or express that emotion publicly or even to ourselves. And that bucket in our subconscious can only hold so much before it overflows. So what are the types of things we routinely repress that are at the root of this chronic pain? Daily stress, pressures of life, overwhelm, overscheduling, work, kids, relationships, family, health, basically living. Self-imposed pressures to be a good person, to be a perfect person, to eat healthy, lose weight, etc., and how we talk to ourselves when we're not doing the things we believe we should be doing, which brings me to the shoulds, the things we should do but don't want to. I know personally I should be exercising every day, but I don't want to. And the way I beat myself up over that is often not nice. So what do? I put it out of my mind. I repress it. Look, being an adult is often infuriating, or even children can have pain syndrome. So if you're not quite an adult, that is still looming in your future, and that's infuriating. We have a lot of negative self-talk. Childhood trauma, yes, we repress that all the time. We don't have time for it. There's no way that we can really fix it now as an adult, so we just kind of bury those childhood traumas. Any negative emotions that we happen to experience on a day-to-day basis, we repress them. And there's even certain personality types that are more prone to do this. People like perfectionists, people pleasers, spiritual people, do-gooders, people who put other people first are wonderful people. It's an amazing trait. But unfortunately, internally, that can be infuriating when somebody constantly puts other people first. So why do we actually repress emotions? We've been taught to. Our parents have taught us not to express emotions. Stop crying. If you don't have anything good to say, don't say anything. Another one, children are meant to be seen, not heard. And probably a million other phrases. And look, some emotions don't fit well in society. It's totally unacceptable to express rage or anger in public. So what do? We've been taught to swallow it up and, not bring it up. Many of these emotions are unacceptable to us because they don't actually fit in with our self-image. I can't be angry or in a rage because I'm a good person, a spiritual person, a perfectionist. I'm not an angry person, I say. We often just don't have time or energy for these emotions, so we just swallow it and go about our day. So now, for those people who want a more scientific explanation of how the body actually creates pain through this emotional response, let me get into it. This is what we call at Zero Pain Now the pathway to pain. And what is really happening here? There is a psychophysical activity, very much like blushing, nervous stomach, sweaty palms, fast heartbeat or shaking when you get scared, a red face when you're angry. It's a physical reaction to an emotion, psychophysical. And this is caused by unbearable emotions that we bury in our unconscious mind, meaning the pain process is caused by these unbearable emotions buried in the unconscious mind. When that subconscious bucket starts to fill up and they start getting close to bubbling, there's a change in the autonomic nervous system, the fight or flight syndrome, that actually causes a reduction in the blood flow, like the blushing or nervous stomach, or etc. And this change in blood flow creates a mild oxygen deprivation at some affected location. And that oxygen deprivation results in symptoms such as muscle pain, back spasms, back pain, nerve pain, tendon pain, numbness, tingling, weakness, headaches, IBS, etc. And you may be thinking, but I have a real problem. My MRI says I have a bulging or herniation or spinal stenosis. And yes, you do have those things. Yes, you can see them on your MRI. And I know you've actually been told that what you see on your MRI is the cause of the pain. But I'm here to tell you, ask the question, what if those things you're seeing are not the real cause of pain? And look, again, there's no debate. Your MRI is your MRI. The bulge is the bulge. The herniation is the herniation. Those things are real. But again, it's not the cause of your pain. And that's actually great news. I suggest you ask your doctor for hard proof that what you see on the MRI is definitely 100% at cause for your pain. And for more questions to ask your doctor or pain specialist, be sure to download my guide called Questions for Your Pain Specialist. There's a lot of really cool questions that'll help you dig into the bottom of what's really going on. So now that I've explained what causes pain, why does it actually happen? Like what is going on? The pain happens to distract us. It's created to distract us from these unacceptable and overwhelming emotions that the brain or the subconscious deems very dangerous to us, to our self-esteem and to our self-image. So the pain exists to distract us from actually a part of ourselves that we find unacceptable. Most of us would not like to think that we've got that level of anger or sadness or grief or guilt or shame buried inside of us. So the brain and the subconscious distracts us from it. And guess what? This distraction mechanism works extremely well. So this emotionally caused pain is called diversion pain syndrome, or TMS, as a Dr. Sarno discovered it in the 70s. And again, the brain is trying to protect us from these unbearable emotions. And it's a really, really bad strategy on the brain's part, but this happens all the time. And again, you're probably wondering, well, how the heck do we know it's a distraction process? And the reason we know is the results. When we actually focus on the emotions that the brain is trying to distract us from, the pain goes away. That psychophysical process reverses, the oxygen deprivation goes away, and so do the symptoms or the pain. Look, if pain was really caused by the abnormalities of the spine, number one, the doctors would be able to fix it. If they do a discectomy to remove the bulge or herniation, that should absolutely fix the pain. But most times it doesn't. If it does, it's short-lived and the pain comes back, or the pain shows up somewhere else in the body. And again, if the pain was really caused by a structural abnormality, there is no way that an education process like Zero Pain Now, which simply changes how we think about our pain and how we recognize our emotions, there's no way that would ever be able to eliminate chronic pain. Yet it does almost all the time. 97% success rate with Zero Pain Now private clients. So fixing the structure does not end the pain. You've experienced that. You've gone from specialist to specialist, injection, surgery, manipulation, massage, you name it, the pain's still there. But what you may not have tried is focusing on the emotions. So look, it's common knowledge in the medical profession that there are many people whose spines are a complete mess, and they have all sorts of bulges and herniations, spinal stenosis, scoliosis, and they've never had any pain. Likewise, there are just as many people with perfect spines and no problems who have crippling pain. So again, we can conclude that structure does not cause pain. There's too many outliers. As a matter of fact, most are outliers. So I'm sure you want some proof of this. How about results? Over 1,100 people who have used Zero Pain Now have been able to end their pain despite their MRI findings. And how about a world-renowned medical clinic pilot program? Would that convince you? In December 2015, the Mayo Clinic did a pilot test of Zero Pain Now with 7 patients that the Mayo Clinic actually could not help eliminate their chronic pain. And it's amazing because all 7 of these people were out of pain in 28 days of starting Zero Pain Now. That's a 100% success rate by focusing on emotions. It's not the body, people. So a few testimonials for Zero Pain Now, and you can find a lot more of these on our success stories page, but here's a couple. After 2 surgeries and no pain relief, Zero Pain Now had me without pain in 6 days. The best thing about no pain is I sleep great. 30 years of pain blamed on spinal stenosis. Wrong. 6 days of Zero Pain Now and no more pain. I had 3 herniated discs and I was told I had to have surgery. 11 days after starting Zero Pain Now, and I was completely pain-free. Again, for more of these, go check out my success stories page on my site. Look, there's a reason mainstream treatments don't work. They've misdiagnosed virtually every patient. And as a result, these treatments stand virtually no chance of long-term healing since they continue to treat the symptom, which is the pain, and the cause of that pain remains unattended to. So look, you have a real big choice to make, a huge choice. And just ask yourself which is easier. You can, number one, choose to reject this concept all along, tell me I'm crazy, and reject all the proof presented to you, both medical as well as customer testimonials, and choose to stay in physical pain with no end in sight, and you can continue to go to specialist after specialist hoping for somebody else to heal you or cure you. Or you can simply change your belief about the cause of your pain, acknowledge some potentially, admittedly, some difficult emotions, and get your life back with no more physical limitations. And trust me, I've done it. Option 2 is a lot easier than you think. Again, here, now that you've heard what the true cause of pain is, again, we're not calling you crazy. We're not saying your pain is imagined. Your pain is not all in your head. But again, there is a cure. There is a way out, and you're not stuck with pain for the rest of your life. It is your choice. Do you want to join those who opened their minds, set aside their skepticism, learned about this concept, did some work, and ended their pain in days or weeks? Or do you want to keep going to doctors who have already proven that they are completely incapable of permanently ending your pain? Temporary relief, yes, we'll give them that, but the pain almost always comes back, either in the same location or a different location. So here's a tale of 2 beliefs. You can believe that my body is broken and the cause of my pain, in which case you're kind of out of luck. Or the belief is that my pain is caused by tension in my body as a result of chronic stress, life pressures, and repressed emotions. And therefore, there's a way out. So which of these beliefs serves you best, and which one offers hope and a way out? So here's the good news. You may be saying, well, how do I get rid of all this stress and emotions? I'm an emotional person. The good news is you do not have to eliminate stress from your life. That's impossible. We're emotional beings. You do not have to fix your life, get rid of the toxic people, etc. You do not need a new job, a new spouse, etc. You simply need a new way to look at your physical pain, along with a new way, a structured way to acknowledge your emotions, to break the cycle of pain. It really is simple, easy, and fast, and the good news is I'm here to help. Look, there is light at the end of the tunnel. The good news is you're now in the correct tunnel. The mainstream medicine world is not the correct tunnel. So what's next? I would encourage you to get on the phone with me so I can answer any questions you may have about this and provide you some information on how to heal your pain the Zero Pain Now way. There's some more information on my site. I would encourage you to look at the Start Here menu, look at what Zero Pain Now is, look at the success stories, check out my story of pain, 11 years of pain. And once you've done that, I would encourage you to click on the button that says Apply to Work with Dan. If you're unsure if this is for you, click on the button anyway, fill out the form, and we'll get on the phone. We'll spend a couple of minutes together. I can answer your questions, and then you can find out for sure whether or not this is something you want to pursue. So look, I want you to feel as good as I do. I've been pain-free for 6 years, can do anything I want. I've moved 4 times in the past 3 years, moving all of my furniture and possessions myself, loading up a U-Haul truck. Trust me, when I was deep in my pain, that would have been the worst thing for me to do, but I did it. You can do this too. You can end your pain. I believe now is your time. So again, go through my site, click on the Apply to Work with Dan button, and I really hope to talk to you soon. I'll get in touch with you quickly after you submit your application. Thank you.